Good morning. Welcome to the Bird's Nest. Today, we'll be talking about that wild Eagles Cowboys game. But first, please like, comment, and subscribe for your NFL and college football recaps. And news and gossip. So, that was a crazy game. Both teams had to adapt, I guess, to big gaps in their defense. As you may have probably heard, Dallas traded away Micah Parsons. It was a big deal. Fact of the matter is, he made too much money. They do have salary caps, and you can't have 1 million players on your team making a ton of money. So, they had to get rid of Micah. Now, there's a big gap in their defense. And then, Jalen Carter lost his ever-loving mind before the game even had a chance to start and spit at Dak Prescott. Have they been arguing in DMs or something? Like, you didn't even have time to get mad at him. What happened, bruh? So he got ejected from the game before the first snap. Where they do that at? So that was a big loss for the Eagles. And as a result, for the first 4 drives, they were just scoring at will. I was like, are they just going to score on every drive? Is the score for this game about to be 70-62? But luckily they did that. But before they did, Jalen Hurts takes a lot of heat. Even on Twitter, the game had a delay. I was delayed anyway. I record things and then I start watching eventually. So, I was behind while I was watching. And Jalen was already getting, roasted on Twitter. So I was like, well, what has happened? I know I'm behind, but what happened that got these people now talking mess about Jalen during the game? I don't know what it is. Well, he does wear jewelry. As Shador fans, we all know how much they hate that. But Jalen played fine. He rushed. He got 2 rushing touchdowns. Back to back. Just holes in the defense all over the place. So he's just running. He making it happen. And the Eagles did the same thing. The Cowboys did the same thing. They scored first on the first drive. It was a cute little drive. I was like, okay, that was a nice little drive. Nice little touchdown drive. Dak is doing his thing. I know one thing that they complained about is the fact that Jalen wasn't throwing the ball. Nowadays they keep saying running game. And so you're just seeing it more and more, which I don't like because I love beautiful passes, especially long ones. But I don't know, they moving away. I don't know what's going on with that. I need to see some more games this season to understand what is happening to the game. But everybody wants to run nowadays. That's all they ever talk about. And so Jalen was doing a lot of running, and people were complaining about that. But he was scoring. I don't know why. But luckily, they adjusted. Because actually, the Texas, this is college, the Texas Ohio State game was so boring to me. It was like watching paint dry. I told you guys. This one was boring in another direction, which all that scoring, it was getting on my nerves. Like, every driver, y'all really gonna defense. Like, y'all need to get it. What is going on here? So I was not enjoying that. It was cute at first. The first 2 scores, but then all that back-to-back scoring. Luckily, they adjusted after in the second half, and they stopped doing all that scoring. I think there was one more score. They both got 2, and I think the Eagles got a field goal. So that's 14, 15, 17. So they got 2 field goals. But one of them, I think, was in the second half, I think. I didn't even see the second half because I was behind. They had an hour delay. It was late. I had to go to bed. But I did learn that C.D. Lamb struggled a little bit in the second half. He was dropping passes. So all that scoring came to a stop, which, I would have liked to have seen that. So it was an interesting game. It was fun. It was up and down. It was the first game of the season. But Dak looked good. Dak had that injury last year. So he looks very good. Sometimes people come back after injury and a season-ending injury and they never look the same. But Dak looked good last night. But we're going to have to see what he looks like against a team that doesn't have a big giant hole in their defense. So he looked good that first half. Like I said, I didn't see the second half. The drops that occurred were blamed on C.D. Lamb in the article that I read. So I don't even know if that was, it sounds like it wasn't Dak's problem. So that's great. I've been secretly wishing for Dak's decline because Dallas offered Coach Prime the head coaching job. And I'm going to do a whole thing on this after this week's Colorado game. I need to see how that turns out. But I would like for Coach Prime to take that job. I know they must have found another coach. I guess he offered him a job because he needed a coach. I'm not aware. I'm not up on the Dallas Cowboys. That's not my team. Nobody that I'm interested in. So I don't know anything about them. All I do know is that they offered Coach Prime a job. And he turned it down. And that being offered that job, like, Coach Prime felt like that would threaten coaches in the NFL not to hire Shador, because then Coach Prime come take their job. Yeah, I'm not going to dig too deep into this right now. In any event, so I've been secretly, or a little bit, praying on Dak's decline, retirement, so that Coach Prime can take that job and Shador can go with him. Shador will have to be part of the deal. That's what I've been hoping for. Or Shador could be behind Dak for a year, but not 2. 2 is too many. But anyway, so that's that little recap. Nothing much. The game was okay. It had the hour delay, made it late, But the Eagles, the Super Bowl champions, did pull off the win, 20-24. My check engine light is on. Oh, shucky ducky now. That's not good. Okay. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Great Friday, TGIF. And thank you for watching The Bird's Nest. And don't forget, if you haven't done it already, please like and subscribe. Mwah.